Yield hunter on the hunt doesn't wait. Liquidity flows, emissions decay, and if your LP drifts out of range, you're farming air. This month, I didn't stake and pray, I hunted. Welcome to Dad's DeFi Space. I'm Kevin, a father, a teacher, a DeFi investor. I share my wins, the mistakes, and all the exact plays I'm running so you can learn more safely. Look, around here, Bitcoin is our foundation, but DeFi and base yield hunting is our amplifier. So let's go hunt some yield and some data, and we'll keep our emotions in check. So please like and subscribe and ping that notification bell. It does wonders to help grow the channel. And if you want daily levels, LP ranges, and position updates as they happen, please hop into the free Telegram group. And if you're newer, grab our free DeFi and crypto crash course so you don't have to learn your lessons the hard way. I tend to learn things. And remember, none of this today is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and never invest more than you can afford to lose. And look, this month, our yield hunting thesis was precision farming with concentrated liquidity. We were tracking our positions end to end on VFAT. Look, the goal is to keep our capital working inside the bands. We want to rebalance before impermanent loss bites us too bad. Although I do have to admit, with this last market crash, impermanent loss did hit us to an extent. So the strategy we're talking about today, we're compounding fees. It's not passive, it's active liquidity. Right now, you're looking at my VFAT portfolio from a couple weeks back. And if you stay around to the end of the video, I'll show you my current allocations and positions that I'm in within my VFAT portfolio. Right now, we were deployed into 3 chains: Base, Binance, Avalanche, and previously we were deployed on Arbitrum. But the majority of our Arbitrum position is in a wrap Bitcoin leverage position on Revert and also within a Pindo Finance USDI pool. Now, the budget deployed on this VFAT portfolio is $1,285. I have 4 live positions at the moment, and I'm tracking, obviously, using VFAT, Automated Liquidity Manager. Now, why VFAT? It does have one dashboard for APR, in-range status, and fee flow, so I can decide when I want to widen, shift, or exit with just a couple clicks. Although do realize whenever using a protocol like this, you are depositing your NFT into the protocol, which means you are susceptible to any smart contract risk with that protocol. So I do not keep all of my liquidity on just one protocol. My APR at capture a few weeks ago was 335%. We were earning lots of fees, which we were taking to USDC, which was awesome because that gave us some dry powder to buy the dip and also helped us to start and fund our creator token over on ZORA and the base app. Check out in the description if you'd like to join. Now, let's take a look at our first position, which was a wrapped ETH USDC position, $587 back a few weeks ago. The APR was over 300%. We kept this for a couple days. It was when it was trading at a very high level. Lots and lots of fees for us to earn yield. It's a core pair. I got a tight 9% band, which, if you stay to the end of the video, we have widened, but we're still in range. Now, if you take a look at the Ethereum chart, Ethereum had tagged the 200 EMA and bounced, topping around $4,250 in the near term. Keeping this range between $3,600 and around $4,000 helped me to earn that high APR. Now, my position is much wider now, but let's move on to number 2, which is Aster Wrap BNB. This is on the Athena, and I actually just made some major changes to this pool. I'll let you know towards the end of the video. It was $461 deployed. It drifted out of range, and emissions fell off a cliff. Now, I was rebalancing down, which now we know was not the right decision. I should have let this one go back into USDC because it continued on down after this. We have not earned our APR back on this position, but we will take that capital and deploy into something else. Now, what's crazy is this ZORA USDC position, which was earning a whopping 1,250% APR at capture. The price was hugging the lower band at the moment, but one more closed down. And I figured back then we would narrow the range, keep the fleet fees flowing. But this one also corrected down to around 6 cents not too long ago. We are still in this position, and we'll check out my range in just a bit. We're in a wrap AVAX black position on Avalanche. It was on Uniswap. It was a smaller position, earning around 82% back then, and just kind of holding this one, and I'm letting it build up a little bit of black tokens, which is very similar to Aerodrome on Base Network. You take a look at my screen right now, you can see what the APRs and the ranges were on some of my positions, minus USDC, which is not correct. But 2 quick points if you're farming manually, especially on a protocol such as VFAT. You need be careful when using an auto rebalancer. It's great when life gets busy, but if it's rebalancing a whole lot, you can suffer a lot of impermanent loss. Also, there's going to be fees on your trading entry, exits, fee collections, and when rebalancing moving ranges. And also, check out Ads DeFi Space Crystal Vault. We're still managing this vault with around $900 of our own in it. And if you want to be a part or just follow along, check out the link for our Crystal Vault. And again, help support us by checking out our dad's DeFi Space Creator token on ZORA. Right now, we are putting all the trading fees back into our token, building the dad's DeFi Space brand. Now, let's go over a few LP methods that will help you retain more of your principal and you'll still earn those fees. Number one, tighter ranges aren't always better. Tight bands do print fees, but when volatility pushes you out and you can't monitor, you can suffer impermanent loss, which can take a lot more time to earn back in your fees than you realize. A lot of times, rebalancing early can help you earn more fees and keep up with the impermanent loss. Dead capital sometimes can be worse than a low APR, but this strategy does require more active management. Now, the chain score this month, in my opinion, base has been greater than BNB, and BNB has been much greater in fee generation than AVAX. Now, for my next steps, which I'll show you in just a minute, I'm going to go much more passive for my sanity, going with slightly wider ranges. My goal is not to be a hero, but just to be consistent with this LP yield farming portfolio. We'll be checking our VFAT positions, rotating poor earners. And look, volatility, we love volatility in the LP and yield farming space. But when trading or holding spot, volatility sometimes can be the tax we pay. So please define your invalidation points whenever entering in positions. I always do so. LPs, look, they're a tool, but they're not a personality trait. I'm very happy to close and rotate if the data says, hey, this position is not working anymore. Some of my personal rules is I try to keep my size small, compounding my fees. I never chase the admissions unless I can be in range for a very long time with this strategy. So if you want my notes or my trading trades and all my changes in real time, go find me over on ZORA or check out our free Telegram group, link down below. Check out the free DeFi crash course. And remember, however tight your range is, keep it only as tight as you can monitor the charts. If not, you should widen your range, be more passive. And when price closes outside your band and fee flow stalls, you need to check, is this on a serious downtrend or should I maybe snuggle, rebalance, and begin earning fees again? Now, what do I truly believe? What makes Base strong is both Aerodrome, Coinbase, and deep liquidity flows on their network. Look, this yield, it's not magic. It's the mechanics of Aerodrome and other protocols in this space. Remember, keep your capital in range, capture those fees, compound, don't get stubborn. Look, data over emotion. Check out all of our tools in the description. And look, this is Kevin, and this is Dad's DeFi space. And remember, Bitcoin is a foundation, DeFi is the amplifier. Go out and touch some grass sometime, hug your family, farm smart. Look, it's not financial advice. These are just my moves. Crypto and DeFi. Look, serious risk. Never risk what you cannot afford to lose. Remember, like and subscribe. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace.